Sparking Change with Gigi, a show that aims to make the world a better place by bringing together authentic minds. This show encourages each of us to be the change we wish to see in the world. Get ready to be inspired and join us on this journey to create a brighter future for all.
Welcome everyone to Sparking Change with Gigi. I'm your host, Giovanna Tartarone, and today I have a special guest who's returning again, MasterBama. Welcome, MasterBama.
Hello.
MasterBama is a regional New York body and brain yoga and Tai Chi. She's a wellness mentor and a therapeutic Qigong specialist with over 25 years of expertise in mind and body training. MasterBama helps individuals rediscover their natural balance and inner peace. As the regional director of New York for Body and Brain Yoga and Tai Chi, MasterBama leads transformative wellness programs rooted in ancient Eastern practices, including Tai Chi, Qigong, meditation, and brain education. Well, welcome again to the show. Such a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thank you for inviting again.
Oh, absolutely. So, I use yoga, brain and body yoga body and brain yoga to really help me be centered and have inner peace. And we just became so connected, like family in the community where the center is, that unfortunately, there was a disaster that happened, and I'll let MasterBama speak about it, but talk about the power of community and rebuilding and healing, how it all goes together in order for us to, move on, right? And to see that there's blessings even in these disasters. So, there are people that might know about body and brain and some might not. So if you can share a little bit about the organization and how you got into this beautiful work, and so that we can just educate a little bit about it.
Okay, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share what I'm doing and what body and brain or brain education is. So body and brain is the brand name based on the brain education, which is created by Ilchi Lee from South Korea. It's based the energy principle from ancient wisdom with the neuroscience and somatic healing modality. So we teach breathing, meditation, and Qigong energy work and some stretching, like a mind-body coordination training. So millions of people have been using this method, and then, as you know, today's lifestyle is very different from ancient style, but then we wanted to gain some wisdom from ancient wisdom. So I hope many people gain some benefit through this body and brain training.
And, I love the work that is being done because it truly helps us to take control of ourselves when we're in a space of unpeaceful. So if we have stress, there's a couple of techniques that you taught me to use. And one of them is, of course, tapping, right? There's the fingers. Let's do the fingers. Let's tell the audience about the fingers. That is your specialty.
Yeah. So each finger is connected with some organs. And for example, lungs, large intestine, and heart, and some like a triple burner, and all those components are connected with our internal energy system. So for example, probably you heard about it when you have an indigestion or headache.
Yeah.
People say press this point, right, like this, and it hurts when you have an indigestion or headache because this is large intestinal meridian channel, something like that. So when you have some headache, so, and also when you have some like a bowel movement issues or some congestion or irregular heartbeat, when you don't know what to do, so simply massage your all fingers like this.
Wow.
And also a couple of the exercises I shared on YouTube channel, so you can check it out. So
yeah, there's I think over
the Body and Brain TV on YouTube channel. lot of exercises, but 5 minutes routine or 10 minutes routines is shared on Body and Brain TV on YouTube.
Absolutely, check it out. Is it Master Rachel still doing that?
Yes, Mr. Rachel and like all Body and Brain masters
Instructions.
doing those kind of instructive tutorial video.
So I want to go back a little bit, and I want people to really understand your passion about this work. How did you get involved in this work, and how is it becoming? I mean, obviously, it's your life work that you're going to continue forever. I can see that.
Yeah. When I was 28 in South Korea, I was working for the government, and at that time, this body and brain training in Korea was very popular, and I felt that I want to do something that I can practice for life length as a lifestyle. And then I called one center, and then I made an appointment that place. But then I realized that what I made a reservation, that place was different from where I actually showed up.
Okay.
It's a two different organization and different location, but then
Okay.
I showed up somewhere I didn't book. And then when I showed up and they said, "Hello, how can I help you?" And then the headmaster said, "Are you happy?" And then all of a sudden tears came out. Maybe I didn't ask myself often that question.
I don't think many people do.
Right. So I think my soul or my whole self was waiting for that question. And then I began the training and I practiced this for 1 full year thoroughly. Every single day showed up. And then what I realized that was if I could change it this much and then I become better person and then better earth citizens
Yes.
for this world, I want to give it back to the society. And I quit my job, moved into the center after 1 year training, and I left everything.
You never
here.
looked back.
I sealed the back door, concrete, and then I packed and then moved to States because I wanted to share this body and brain method and the training with global citizenship because America is obviously its most like a influential country in the world. So I came to States to share this spirit with a lot of people who have lost their purpose or the happiness within them. So I felt if I don't share the happiness that we can create inside of us, I feel like a wasted or selfish. So I took action right away, and then it's been a long journey. It's 25 years. Of course, there were ups and downs, but I never looked back because it was my calling.
Absolutely. And when you do find the calling, and I see the repetition in all the guests that I bring on the show, and they talk about that they found their purpose or they found their calling, which I have myself too. We understand that it's not about us per se, it's about the impact that we have, that we bring out to the world, to our communities. And so this kind of work definitely touches the heart of many, because I will tell you, from just being there, almost a year, I can see that people are family. They're family. They really care, and I know you can sense when someone is not feeling well, because I've seen you pull them on the side, and I need to see you in my office. So it's so good to see that working together, and sharing your passion in such a way. We're also having this show because with life is never easy, right? And we're hearing about all these disasters, which again, it's we might not be there, but we can feel the energy of the sadness that's going on with these disasters, right? So of course, sometimes life sends you more your way, but you get to actually look at where you are compared to others. And I want to share, I would love you to share the story of what has happened at your location, because you brought out just a whole different view and perspective. And I don't know if you want to do the video first, or do we want to talk about it first?
I think you can show the video.
Yeah. All right. We're going to show you the video of what has taken place.
A few weeks ago, we completed the renovations at our center, and I shared it with so much joy on Instagram. But less than a month later, a fire broke out. Our space was flooded and covered in smoke and ash. We believe it may have been caused by an overheated AC unit during the extreme heat wave. All the sweat and effort that went into building this space over the summer, it was heartbreaking to watch it wash away. Right now, we are in the middle of a restoration. Our center is temporarily closed and members are continuing their practice online in nearby centers or in the park. Thankfully, many of our members renewed early or signed up for private sessions. That support has truly helped us financially. We don't know yet when the center will reopen. Insurance and repairs take time, but compared to the many lives and homes lost in recent natural disasters around the world, we know we are still fortunate. This experience reminded me of how precious of our community is and how urgent it is to awaken to the reality of climate change. I feel something bigger is unfolding. And with gratitude and humility, I choose to accept this and rise again like a phoenix. This fire may have burned our walls, but not our spirit. Your support helps us rise, rebuild, and continue serving healing to our beloved community and the earth.
It's just amazing. Amazing to see you're still smiling.
That's right.
And your team is still smiling.
Right. So, one thing my teacher Gigi always emphasize, our brain is a power brain. You can make your brain as a dark brain or a victim brain, but if you choose as a powerful brain, you can interpret it different way. So I want to share one like a wisdom story.
Sure.
There was an old man who had a young son, and they had a horse. And then one day the horse ran away. And then village people said, "Oh, that's so unfortunate. You lost your horse." And this old man said, "Is that bad? We'll see." And then a few days later, that horse brought another horse. Wild horse, right?
Yeah.
One brought another one. All of a sudden, two horses.
Yeah.
Back in the time, horse is a big asset, right?
Right.
And then the village people say, "Wow, you're so fortunate. You have another horse." And then this old guy say, "Is that really good? We'll see." And then the young son wanted to tame this new wild horse, right? And
Yeah.
then he fell and he broke his leg. And then people said, "Oh, it's so unfortunate. Sorry to hear that, blah, blah, blah." And then this old man said, "Is that bad? We'll see." And then a few months later, the war happened in that country. So country, the government draft all the young boys
Wow.
to send the war. But then his son was injured. So he was unincluded. So people say, "You are so fortunate. Your son doesn't need to go to the war." So on and on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So often we think
Yes.
one thing, disaster happening or bad things happen, we think that's bad. And then when we have a happiness, good moment, we tend to hold it that one forever as
Yes.
good things.
Right.
But we know that this to share pass, whether it's a positive or negative, and how we interpret it. So that's why when this incident happened,
Yes.
I know that if I take it as a victim perception, I could be just totally depressed because we just finished the
Renovations,
renovation
yeah.
a month before. So that's why it must have some messages. So that's why our masters and our staff, all right, when it's happen, let's accept and then we can move forward.
Absolutely. And I think having that mindset is helping you to, you know, bring together a plan. First of all, have peace inside,
Mhm.
right? We're not going
Mhm.
why, because everything happens for a reason. I don't, it doesn't matter what it is. I think if we can accept that there is something that we have to learn from this incident, you know, maybe whatever it may be, but for us to have the ability to move forward is we have to just accept it, right? And so I'm going to put on a QR code if anyone has, you know, the ability to help out, and because we are reaching out to the community as well to support this effort in rebuilding. But you know, the healing part, I believe, is so important to mention because you're not just you know, a brick and mortar building offering a product. You're offering what I will call life-saving workshop classes, because I've seen people walk in and walk out feeling different.
Mhm.
You know, everyone will say that, you know, the people who attend. Um, what is your vision for this place? You know, where do you see, because
Mm.
we're going to rebuild. It's going to
That's right.
happen. There's no question about it. Where do you see the
So,
vision?
the organization that I'm belonging is the Body and Brain. We have over 400 locations in the worldwide, and in the US, we have over 75 locations. So, as a regional director in northern New York area, my vision is I want to impact, reach out at least 10% of population in this Westchester, Rockland, Bergen County, this area. In order to do that, so we've done, of course, we have a center to teach people, but not just to run the business, but to grow people who can awaken to their spirit. And then, furthermore, when you heal your body and you naturally wanted to share the like a good energy with people, right? So then people voluntarily they teach at work, home, or church or park community place. So outreach place that we wanted to do over 100 locations in this area. So for that, so I grow a lot of the instructors and teachers, and they are teaching this method in their place. So that's why, like in my territory, I would say like a 10% of population, but worldwide, our organization goal is reaching 100 million. We call it Earth citizens who awaken to the value or the importance of humanity and the Earth. So my teacher always said that put Earth first. What else do we need to put first? I
Yeah.
know you put your kids, family, your work, right? But if the earth isn't good condition, just like whole world right now, a lot of disasters happening. So put earth first. I believe that's the key.
Yeah, I think we all can contribute to, you know, understanding that everything comes from the earth.
Right.
You know, if we can understand that everything comes from the earth, then we have the sense of treating it
Mhm.
like it is our home. You know, sometimes I think I heard of a story. You talked about a story before where a man was walking and he spit his gum on the floor, and and he felt like there was a voice that said, "Why'd you do that?" And he looked back, there wasn't anyone that told him that, but it was his own consciousness that kind of felt like, I shouldn't do that.
Mhm.
That's where I
Yeah, that's a barometer of our conscience.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I love, so you know, this is what we try to bring out also, is connect to our consciousness to know that there, we're all connected.
Mhm.
And so what we do, in this area, someone else is going to be affected. Can we talk about you know, the work that is being done where we all do come together as a community
Mhm.
within the body and brain community, how we offer so much that, not just the classes, but how many centers do you have? If you can tell us a little bit more about
Yes,
the organization.
we have in New York, New Jersey area about 20 locations,
Mm,
and worldwide about 400 locations, like Korea, Japan, New Zealand, England, China, Sweden, and Slovakia, Russia, even. Okay,
yes.
so mostly those places, of course, it started from South Korea, but many students,
Yeah.
members, they wanted to share this method in their homeland, and then they flew and then share. And then these days, good thing is internet, right?
Yeah.
So many people, they learn this through the social media or internet, like a
Right.
Zoom training. So when recently with this like a fire at the center, when I started the fundraising, and a lot of the donors coming from my Instagram followers, and I
Oh,
felt that wow, this is really uh, like a earth management.
right.
So even I am managing one center at my small like a studio, but I have a vision that I wanted to do like earth management, earth manager. So one of my passwords is, what is your
That's a
job?
secret.
What is your job? I say earth manager. And then my people might ask, what do you mean earth manager?
Yeah,
Why not? Who can against that? So we all should be an earth manager.
we should all have that on a
Yeah,
resume.
because corner to corner you are doing your part, and then it is all come to the managing of earth. If we don't manage earth, like we will just mistreated this earth
Yeah.
unappreciatively, which is
We
really,
don't
yeah.
realize how precious it is
Mhm.
and what we have until
We lost.
we lose it,
Yeah.
or
We clearly experienced it during the pandemic, right?
Right.
Airs, we have to wear the mask, and then
Right.
even all these products that we used to get easily from supermarket.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it doesn't have to be that way, because if you can um, treat something with love and respect and honesty and all, the great things, it doesn't have to be just when we lose it. We
Right.
know we can appreciate something when we have it. I wanted to talk about um, some of the programs that are offered at the center, or even online, because I know I've taken a couple of them and I've absolutely transformed my way of managing life, managing earth.
That's right.
So, yeah.
We have a regular basis, the 1 hour long body and brain regular classes, which includes yoga, tai chi, breathing meditation, and brain education.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people wanted to go a little bit further and wanted to recover their true nature, so there is a one particular workshop that's called the Finding True Self. It's a one full day, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., either Saturday or Sunday, once a month. We offer that workshop, which is a very essential workshop, so anyone can take it. Many people said that it's a life transformative experience. How
Yes.
possibly human being can change it within one full day, which is like a leap our consciousness. And even there is a one member who is a psychiatrist,
Yes.
and she took it, and then she said, oh my god, this is something, because I'm seeing all bunch of mental health patient, but how much people could gain the benefit. And then
Yes.
introduced her husband, her son, and their whole family took
I was
this
gonna say,
workshop.
share us a good story, and you already did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're ahead of the
So,
game.
and 20 years
Yes.
of like a alcoholic person, right away, like that weekend, he got some like a awakening. Why am I damaging my body? And then cold turkey, really. And then he kept reinforcing himself and reported, okay, today is a 49th day of no drinking. I feel good, blah, 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 like that. And then 40 years of smoking. It's something you internally changing of your molecule of your energy cells,
Yes.
cellular level, but also you realize the value of yourself. Why people do unhealthy habit, we
Be-
forgot the value of myself.
That's right.
And
That's
then we
right.
wanted to get that kind of recognition from outside, which we cannot control.
And that brings a good point, because I believe that when we and I did it, so I'm speaking from experience. When I was smoking, I was trying to shut the mind off.
Mhm.
I was under stress. So how do I, handle the stress? I was like, okay, let's go get a cigarette. And you pay the price for that.
That's right.
You pay a big price for that. So the work that, to find your true self, which really means just honoring yourself, finding a way to respect yourself and feel worthy of yourself, because that's what the program did for me, is help me to understand whatever's going on out there has nothing to do with me, and that I'm important, and that what I do is to be of service to others is what's going to make me happy,
Mhm.
right? And when we connect to that, it's a big change. It's a big change, because now you're on the path to saying, okay, let me do things that are going to make me feel good, healthy, and then share it, because that's what we do. Once we're in this game, there's no way you can get
Right.
out of it. Um,
Yeah. So every month I conducted this workshop, and actually a whole world, every center they hosted this workshop because we believe awakening their true value is the essential way to elevate and heal this community, society, and the earth. Because who create this problem? Human, especially human brain, the information. So that's why it really emphasize, without changing the information in our brain or lifestyle, no way to reverse the clock of the humanity and this
it definitely all starts
history.
with us. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying, is that
yeah,
it begin change, to see the world change. The song "We Are the World." We are.
yeah.
We are. It's
Okay.
a definite for sure. And
Mhm.
so the change has to start with us. And some people say it's difficult to change. What do you say that? What do you say to people say, well, it's hard to change. It's hard to stop smoking. It's hard to
I know.
exercise. It's hard to do this. What's your answer to that?
Um, I want to borrow the words from Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change you wish to see in the
Yeah.
world, right? Be the change means
Hmm.
there is something that you can change. The attitude, the mindset, there's nothing I can do for the world. There are so many things, even how you think, how you talk, how you posturing yourself,
Yes.
how you take care of yourself, the attitude begin with. And then your contribution, it means a lot. So
Right.
I encourage all of you, do something, even small things. Getting
Yeah.
up earlier than usual, it contributes. Tapping belly to generate the energy, it saved the earth. People might think, how come they save the earth? Because when you generate the energy, you have a good energy, right? So then you will
You
share good vibration around
vibration,
you.
right? Let's talk about energy a little bit, because
Mhm,
that is the basis of, how we can truly feel better. Because I know
mhm,
I can come in there feeling, stressed and pain in my back, and then I
mhm,
leave and I'm fine. And all I've done was redistribute the energy, or
mhm.
release some of the stuck energy. Can you educate the audience on your body meridians and the energy that flows through your body. And when it doesn't flow correctly,
Mhm. Right.
what happens?
So the famous, brilliant scientist Nikola Tesla,
Mm-hmm.
I want to borrow his words.
Okay.
If you'd like to know the mysterious of universe, so you wanted to think perception of energy, vibration, and frequency.
Frequency.
So energy, vibration, frequency, in the end is all same contents, right? So obviously our body is filled with electromagnetic field, and then everything is vibrating. So during our training, we do a lot of vibration training and
Yes.
tapping and shaking, all those movement to regulate our energy system, which is running into our
And it's the
meridian system.
basis, right? It's the
Exactly.
basis. It's first that's
Right.
and then your physical body will act upon those vibration and those. So that's why emotions, I guess, is so important to release them,
Mhm.
because it will bring out, if you store them in, you will feel the vibration of those emotions, which will show in the body in some type of form,
Okay.
backache, headache,
Right.
or anything like that. So,
So when people have some negative emotions,
mhm.
so then negative emotional vibration often is low,
Low,
like a
yes.
shame, guilt, anger, like that.
Yeah.
And then
So what does that do? So what does that do when people have those emotions,
mm,
shame, guilt, regret,
fear,
fear?
apathy,
Yeah,
anger,
yeah, the
it
low emo.
affects your physical form of the energy flow, which can create anxiety, depression, and like a dissociation or numbness, and then holding on to past for so long. But then all those things, we know that it can create some form of illness and disease, right? So by changing the energy through the movement, we would like to help those kind of symptoms or life situation, or the how we manage those
Manage.
kind of things. So that's why changing energy is changing of my thinking pattern and changing my physical constitution, and in the end, guess what? Change your destiny. If you
Yeah.
want to change your life, change your energy first.
Yes, I totally agree. So we talked about frequency and vibration, and I know they all work together.
Mhm.
Educate us on the frequency.
자, frequency means when you vibrate certain wave, either resonate or conflict. When it's a conflict, we call it noise.
Noise.
When it's resonating, we call it harmony.
Okay.
So often you feel that you don't like this person, even there's nothing that
That they did to you.
they didn't do anything for you, but then somehow you feel you don't want to be with that person, or you don't want to go that kind of places, right?
Yeah.
So how do we know? Before intellectual information, we feel it. How can we define that? Means inside of us, this vibration and another being, every object have their own frequency vibration, right? So
Yeah.
then this vibration, the coherence or resonance, can give you
The information you need.
informations, and then intuitive, our body condition actually is very much connected with our gut. So that's why people say
That's the second brain.
yeah, that's why people say gut feeling, right?
Yeah.
Gut feeling means your gut, and especially the heart and gut, are very sensitive organs to send the signal to our brain. So that's why our brain, big brain, these days they say gut brain is a bigger brain.
It's the bigger brain.
Yeah. So that's why in this training, body and brain training, we emphasize gut health, gut training. Not only just having the good food, but taking care of your gut health through the movement.
I wish I had my
Belly button healing.
button healing. Yes. But so okay. So if I understood correctly, it's almost like when we resonate with something, it's like attracts like,
Exactly.
right? Is that what you're
Mhm.
saying? So we can feel that so that's why it comes to us.
Right. For example, so let's say Dalai Lama versus just ordinary grandpa. They look similar, older guys, right?
Yeah.
But then, do you wanna have a dinner with the Dalai Lama or just ordinary grandpa? Definitely, you want. Then why?
Because you
Because
resonate
of
with, yeah, you resonate
is
with
that
them.
because of his famous? But then why he become famous? Because the higher level of consciousness being has different wave of vibration and frequency. So then that higher vibration can impact lower vibration
Vibration.
people to elevate.
That's beautiful.
So that's why, if possible, meet higher frequency,
Yeah.
higher quality or consciousness people around you or that kind of place, then like passively you will be elevated.
Right.
Of course,
And you feel it too.
yeah,
You feel it where it's where you're supposed to be.
right. So
Yeah.
at the center, for example, we have a many different level of healers, and then
Yes.
their price is different because of their quality of
Vibration.
vibration and energy and
Vibration.
consciousness.
Beautiful. I know there's other programs that the center offers. I think there was a liver detox.
Mhm.
Um, one is coming up.
Liver cleansing detox. We do like a quarterly, so we just
Mhm.
had it in May, I believe,
Okay.
and based on the organic, the natural flush out for the liver and gallbladder, and it's very like a natural,
Mhm.
like a ancient method.
Yes.
So, but some people who have a medical condition, so you might need to have an interview first before you apply.
Okay.
And one thing for general public that I want to introduce one more program is called Love Heals Retreat. It's a 5 days getaway retreat to our beautiful
Sedona.
healing place on earth. It's a Sedona Mago Retreat Center. It's very beautiful, and just whoever being there is like a really recharging and healing and recovering your essence.
Yes. I'll get there one day for sure.
Yes,
But I've seen the movie
Love Heals
Love
film.
Heals, the
Mhm.
film.
Yeah.
Is it out there that people can watch it?
Yes, it's a free movie, and also you can watch if you have the membership on Gaia.
Okay.
Yeah,
They put
either
it there.
Gaia or NPR or the
Netflix or no?
not yet Netflix, but because we made a contract with the Gaia,
Okay.
yeah, because it's more spiritual,
Yes.
insightful documentary. So, and also, if you go to the website lovehealsfilm.com, so you can watch for free.
Okay. Can you talk about the Heroes Night? I know you have
Heroes
Heroes
Night,
Night.
yes,
Yeah.
heroes. You know, when we think about heroes, like a superpower, like a Superman
Mm,
and Captain America or like that, right?
yes.
But heroes, it means whoever has the mind, I want to contribute, I want to
Mm-hmm.
help others. Those people, we call it heroes. Who doesn't have it? That means that you are a hero and you are a hero, I'm too. So especially heroes program or activities, we made it for younger generations,
Okay.
especially
The
like
teens.
teens or like college
Okay.
students or like maybe under 40.
Okay.
Yeah. So those people have a lot of like a potential,
Mm-hmm.
but then sometimes they lost their directions or busy to fit into the society requirement, or surprisingly these young folks, one of the biggest stress is pleasing parents expectation.
Wow.
Wow, right? We thought they are free from those kind of obligation, but then they are still worrying about how my parents will think about me. So means like they lost their dream. So that's why we wanted to educate
Wow.
and train to rediscover their purpose and dream, because they are the dream or future.
Our future children, of
Yeah.
course.
So that's why their awakening is very, very important for our future generations.
So you see, can you share us a story about someone who came into the program and
Yeah,
made an
I'm the product of
of,
the heroes.
but that was too many moons ago.
Right. So, for example, the Master Rachel,
Yes.
when she came to center, she was 16, and she was depressed and have some panic attacking weekly basis. And then she started this training like voluntarily. She googled, and then where can I find, and then she found the Westchester Body and Brain Center, and then she came, and then she took the training, and she went to finding true self workshop, and then she started to bring mom and brother and father, grandma, whole family, right? And then when she was in high school, she run the club, Earth Citizen Club, voluntarily to teach
Okay.
this method for her like a
Friends.
friends and the junior or seniors. And then she graduated high school. And then she came to me begging me, I want to be a master. I want to change the world. Yeah, whoa, you need to finish it high school first and then go to college because your father want you to go to college. So even, like not necessarily have to go to college, but like for like her experience, I encouraged
Right.
that. And then pandemic started. And then during this pandemic, she went to college for 1 year. And then
Mhm.
she said, I need to take action ASAP. So she dropped out the school, and then she became a full-time master. And then now she was scouted to work in Sedona.
Yes.
And then she's running Sedona Meditation TV. And I highly, highly encourage you to subscribe her channel.
Yeah.
She's so talented, and
Yes.
she started when she was 16. Now she's 22. And those time I've seen how young folks to grow, and then how she took action, and then she inspired the many heroes members. They
Yes.
are much older than her, but then she respect her because like that kind of a commitment to save the
People
world.
saw
And
that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's very inspiring.
I think we all, have it within us to, contribute, right?
Hmm.
It's just in us. It's our nature to contribute, but some don't know how, don't know where to start. And they think just because they see one name, it has, they make their own interpretation of what body and brain is about. Oh, yoga, I don't need to go to yoga. But the name is just a little tiny part of the whole picture of what it is that you bring out to the world and how you make this world a better place, and and really embracing people to see their true nature. And that's kind of, I see that's the mission of
Thank you for summarizing that beautifully.
thank you.
Yeah.
But that's the work that they do, is really help us to see that we're not alone, and this is not just our house, my house, it's everybody's house. And perfect example of that, because we're talking about unforeseen disasters. When 9/11 happened, there were people that came from all over the world to help, all over the world. And because we all felt it, no matter where we lived, we all felt.
That's the frequency resonance.
That's the frequency resonance. So when we see this video, it there's sadness. You can't help to say that there's sadness in it, but at the same token, it's calling out to people to say, help. Because this is also part of who, our life here on earth. Life is not separate. And I believe that's the key word that I want to emphasize in this discussion right now,
Yeah.
is that if we think we are separate from each other or the earth, then I will say that we were taught wrong. I just, and I say that from my heart, because separation is what makes us suffer. It's the only best way I can say in very simple words, is that separation, whether it is to ourselves, with others, the earth, will make us sad. It's when we have people around us and we're together. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Because if we don't have that empathetic capability within us, who are we then? Right. So that's why Mother Earth, we say Mother Earth. It's Mother Earth, the calling or vibration, we all share that. So that's why um, I feel this Homo sapiens got to do something. We need to evolve. So
Absolutely.
name, can you suggest any name? What could be our next name of a human species from Homo sapiens to Homo what?
You got me. I'll leave that up to you.
Okay, I was
Dinosaurs, they're coming back.
So one thing when I throw this question to the Instagram, and then some people say Homo AI, Homo phobia, Homo iPhone or something like that. But then my teacher Julie suggested Homo coexistence.
Coexistence.
Coexistence, because the Earth, it represents the coexistence. Look at the whole different creatures living in this planet together for billions of years, right? So then, but human species, we are not really doing well. We cannot coexist even in one house, husband and wife, kids, they are not coexisting. What about the work? We are not really coexisting. So that's why by recovering our human nature, which is the earth spirit,
Yes.
earth, the nature of earth, we connect. So then we really can live as a coexistence, homo coexistence. That's the purpose of doing this body and brain and earth citizen movement. So in the end, we have four nonprofit organizations to support Tao Fellowship and Earth Citizen Organization, IBRIA. IBRIA is also one of the big like action that we took, especially to support some like countries who need some support educational, especially the El Salvador. We taught this we brought this brain education to El Salvador about what, since 2008, something like that.
Wow.
And then now over 25 percentage of school, which is a 1500 school, public school in El Salvador, doing this brain education, and then it drops social violence rate.
Wow.
It changes literally the country. So I wish we can adapt this one for USA.
Well, you've done. I've actually seen on social media that you went to Mercy College. That was my college.
Oh,
So that's why I caught my eye
yeah.
to actually bring this work over there to them.
Actually, one of the student hero member,
Uh-huh.
and her name is Daniel. Hi, Daniel. She said like, I want to bring this to my college. So she initiated, and she contacted the school faculties, and then we arranged for like a teaching some meditation, because it was like a school examination period. So in order to help them for better
test scores
and how to manage their stress, and then we went there, and then young folks came over, and then wow, it was very moving. We did some of the meditation and self-guided meditation, sending energy to the world, and these ladies, young ladies, tears, and then they didn't expect to shed tears like
Yeah.
that, but then it was so beautiful. That means all of us have the capability to send energy
Yes.
and heal the society. We have it. The thing is, we never thought about that, or we
We were
haven't.
never taught. We were
Uh,
never taught that
right.
our own energy can actually not only heal the world but heal ourselves.
Exactly.
And these are the teachings from the Western medicine that I believe it's slowly being adapted here. And I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to make sure the world
Yes.
hears about this. How can people get it? Well, before we get into how people can get in touch with you, I'm going to play the video one more time, as I would like to just show for the people who came in late. We're asking for help to help rebuild the center because they had a fire. So we'll show the video one more time.
Just a few weeks ago, we completed the renovations at our center, and I shared it with so much joy on Instagram. But less than a month later, a fire broke out. Our space was flooded and covered in smoke and ash. We believe it may have been caused by an overheated AC unit during the extreme heat wave. All the sweat and effort that went into building this space over the summer, it was heartbreaking to watch it wash away. Right now, we are in the middle of a restoration. Our center is temporarily closed, and members are continuing their practice online in nearby centers or in the park. Thankfully, many of our members renewed early or signed up for private sessions. That support has truly helped us financially. We don't know yet when the center will reopen. Insurance and repairs take time, but compared to the many lives and homes lost in recent natural disasters around the world, we know we are still fortunate. This experience reminded me of how precious of our community is and how urgent it is to awaken to the reality of climate change. I feel something bigger is unfolding. And with gratitude and humility, I choose to accept this and rise again like a phoenix. This fire may have burned our walls, but not our spirit. Your support helps us rise, rebuild, and continue serving healing to our beloved community and the earth.
So welcome back, everyone. So final words.
This summer season, especially recently, the New York area had a really high heat. So, of course, it's a summer, but then all around the world, whether it's a small or big, we all realize that the earth shows some of the conditions. How much do we have to wait to be awakened? So I feel like it's an urgency of
Us realizing that
taking action
yeah,
and then rebuild our human power, because we have power to heal and change this whole planet. So for that, I would like to encourage all of you, please reconnect with yourself, and we all have an answer within us. And then let's do something for this world, starting from ourselves and where you are.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And if
Thank you
people
so
want
much.
to contact you, how can
Mhm.
they reach you? Go to your website.
Website www.bodyandbrain.com. It's especially in the US. We have many centers, so it will show you like a close center.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I know they can find you on Instagram because you're really
That's
big
right.
on Instagram. What's your Instagram name?
That urban that monk.
Yeah, she does a lot of exercises on there to really help you get centered and feel the inner peace.
Mm.
So thank you everyone for joining us. I really appreciate you coming,
Thank
and
you.
please take the time to check out the website. And thank you for all of those who have donated today. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for joining me on Sparking Change with Gigi. I hope that our episode today has ignited a spark within you to create positive change in your own life and in the world around you. To learn more about how you can become a guest or supporter, head over to sparkingchangenow.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing, sharing, and leaving a review. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to me, and it helps me to continue producing content that sparks change in each of us and the world. You can find us on various platforms, including Google Play Store, Apple App Store, YouTube, Facebook, Roku, Android TV, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to having you join me again next week on Sparking Change with Gigi.